All right, hello esports at the U of M for Overwatch. Today we have the Galapagos Gremlins versus the London Lumberjackslams. Both teams very similar in their ranking so far, with the Gremlins being 3-3 and the Lumberjackslams being 2-4. We have Wags, myself, casting for the first time, as well as Purple Jesus as my other commentator.
Hi. Oh, yeah. Hi. Yeah. I'm casting alongside Wags today. It's good to be back, watching and casting some Gopherwatch League gameplay. Both teams, Gremlins and the Lumberjacks, have been both on a bit of a downswing lately, I think. And Lumberjacks also made the big trade, trading away Mikey for Corey and Cobalt a few weeks ago. Things haven't been working out so far well for them, but hopefully with this match against the Gremlins, maybe they found their chemistry now. We'll see.
All right, and it looks like we're going to be heading into the first map here in a second. Going to be Lijiang Tower as always. All right, it's looking like it's looking like the Gremlins are going to be running out on the Brawl as per usual, classic on Lijiang. And Team 2 also going to be coming out on the Brawl. A pretty even matchup. We'll see which team can do it better.
Well, we're gonna see. One has a sim TP lined up, and the other still picking Corey.
Yeah,
okay,
Slams coming out a little later, as well as not having the sim TP might delay them quite a bit in getting to point, giving the Gremlins a little bit of an advantage here, holding point early, giving them more of a defensive edge. Looking like Team 2, the Lumberjackslams are going to be a little bit separated here, with their Hanzo shooting from bridge with the rest of the team rotating behind. Could prove to be a big play for them, and a Maywall coming out from the Gremlins catches almost everybody out, and Booney is just allowed to swing, and the rest of the team following up, and it's a quick wipe coming out early for the Gremlins here to cap the point right at the start.
Oh my god, that's kind of weird positioning there from Team 1, the Galapagos or the Lumberjacks there. Hanzo's all off in the edge trying to get a pick, but I mean, we saw what just happened. Team 2 just rushes in. The Gremlins just rush in and win.
Yeah, the Maywall is always something you got to be very careful about, especially when you're playing Brawl versus Brawl, especially on a map like Lijiang that's so Brawl-oriented. And right there, another Maywall coming out from Arctic. Very large, as it does catch the Reinhardt out. He is frozen, and once again, they're just going down. Razmataz with a large two-person boop to start off the fight, and a third to finish it off. The team gone just like that, building up quite a bit of that ultimate pretty quickly there. Gremlins will hold on to point after the second fight.
That was such a fast shatter build-up by Booney there, and I mean, the Gremlins doing a good job. They're initiating first with the Maywall with the ults. I mean, they seem very well in control here in this map setup, and looks like the Lumberjacks are doing the same thing, except with McCree on the left side as everyone else is on the right side this time. Let's see what happens now with this setup again.
Again, sending a DPS off the flank, Corey on the McCree, but it looks like the Gremlins are just going to take that opportunity to chase him down as they do with the Lucio speed, and the Slams do not, as they're playing Brig. Being split up like that is not something you want to see if you don't have a Lucio against a Lucio. And it looks like they're going to be launching their Diva Bomb in. Marty with a large Diva Bomb to start it out. Two people, actually one with the remake kill. A large Goomba Stomp there, and it looks like the Gremlins are just going to keep holding on. And now, one more fight coming out from the Slams. This might just prove to be a 100-0 first point.
Gremlins are doing such a good job of not using too many ults. I mean, they're just winning often before the Lumberjacks could even think about doing anything. I mean, they've only had to use Diva Bomb that fight. I think they're gonna have both DPS ults and support ults for this fight. And that's big.
It's a boop coming out from Razmataz again. And it looks like they're going to just have the ultimates built up from previous fights to throw it in. But a Grab Dragon coming out from the Slams might prove to be fatal. But Booney swinging once again, a large BAP lamp coming in, saving his team. It looks like the Gremlins are just going to clean this up and just win 100-0 right off the bat. You cannot underestimate the power of a Mei, especially when you're forcing point.
I mean, fact they got their first with the Sim DP, the fact they got the setup, choosing whenever they wanted to engage with the Lucio speed. I mean, it's just a comp diff for that map. It's kind of hard to assess the Lumberjacks based off of what they're trying to do. I mean, even at that DPS flank every single time, I don't necessarily get it, but maybe, you know, I'm hoping they're going to change their lineup here, or change their comp setup a little bit, because I don't think it's going to work out, especially if the Gremlins are going to run the Sim TP again to get the point.
Especially with a comp such as a rush comp with a Lucio, it's very difficult to send a DPS solo on a flank like that when they can just chase you down with a D.Va, with a Lucio, with anything they have. And also that Maywall cannot be really understated. Like, even if you don't kill somebody, you get lots of ult charge like we saw given to the Reinhardt in Booney, and he just got an early slam for second fight, and just like that, they were up all their ultimates. But quick TP's coming out second point here, both teams on point instantly. Baplap coming down from the Slams, and it looks like Cobalt on the Junkrat is going to take out one early, but Marty trading as D.Va. Both teams down a DPS player right now, both struggling to hold on to point. Going pretty even, both teams just trying to sustain, play it out, and hope for a pick first. Arctic going down, and Booney with a massive slam, building up his ultimate extremely quickly and just slamming down, instantly killing Treebeard, the enemy team's Reinhardt, and it looks like they're going to cap the point first. A large lamp coming out though from Strudel from the Slams might just prove to turn the point, as he's doing tons of healing, tons of damage, and it's going to be close. Arctic coming back, taking two out for the Gremlins. Potatoes taking one out of Zarya for the Slams. It's an even fight back and forth. Corey taking out another with a Symmetra, a wall going up. If you wall, you got to play behind it there, but it's looking like they're sustaining quite a bit here with their BAP on point. And a wall coming out from the Gremlins now. Every single ultimate just going down, not much happening. Each team trading 1 for 1. You can't really do much here. Everybody's playing slow, but the Gremlins do have point, and that might prove to be very fatal for them, or for these Slams, as they're just ticking up. 35%, a massive grab coming out from Potatoes. Lamp gonna save them, but Corey's gonna take out Arctic, and Marty's gonna take out the Brigitte. But each team trading down 2-2. Corey with another pick, Corey with a third pick, Corey just going to town. And it looks like these Slams are gonna take this point here after trading quite a few picks. Pretty much every ultimate from both teams coming out.
Jesus, yeah, you hit on the note. I mean, neither team wants to be the one to just capitalize off of the pick. I mean, I think Lumberjack Slams got a pick at first. They didn't press on. Maybe they were kind of low in shields, low in cooldowns. Gremlins got a pick. No one wanted to take the pick, and people just keep using ults and stalling. And now got the next fight starting right now.
Yeah, these fights just going by so quickly with these Symmetra TPs, and looks like Cobalt's going to get another opening pick onto one of the Gremlins DPS as they lose their Symmetra. But it's not going to be enough to let them push in. Cobalt here with a massive tire potentially, forcing the Gremlins to fall back, but no, it still gets Booney going down. Unfortunately, they did not have Lamp for that. Arctic still going in as Doomfist, but it looks like the Slams are just going to lose too many people, or are going to kill too many people for the Gremlins to do much here, as they're holding close in their spawn once again. I got their choke once again.
Alright. Oh, Slams have made, or Gremlins have made a good swap off now. No more Doom. They got the Mei coming out now. They got support ults and a big shadow from Booney hopefully as well to turn the fight.
Yeah, as proven
like, yeah.
As proven in point one, the Mei pick could be quite deadly for them. But the Slams with the large Graviton starting out the fight, every ult coming out, beat, window, wall, everybody going in. Booney charging in, he's going to go down, but they're still going to trade for the Baptiste once again. Every team taking out one for another. But it looks like the Slams once again are going to pull ahead with just more damage, more ults. Treebeard taking out a couple, and Zarya finishing up. Another close just fight, just completely filled with ultimates, but it's looking like the Slams are coming out on top this time.
Yeah, Booney maybe didn't have the charge in there. It felt like that was kind of like a desperation. The shadow didn't work. Let me try to make a big play happen. No need to force it when you got two sim walls overlapping each other. You could just play it safe there, but oh, big pick by Booney though to start this fight.
Booney coming back with a vengeance, killing two off the start. Corey and Strudel both going down, but Treebeard once again trading, and the Zarya makes it an even fight, a 4v4, and the Slams with a third pick in a row after being down 2 might just finish it off. Even 3-3 teams are. Point is going down for the Slams. It's overtime. Gremlin's got to be careful here. Treebeard cleaning up point, just swinging his hammer, killing I think 4 there. Very impressive gameplay holding this defense from the Slams, always getting picks. And the second point is going to go to the Slams in an even 1-1 so far in Lijiang as we go to Control Center.
Yeah, great job by the Slams to not panic, especially with Booney charging in your backline, getting 2 picks right off the bat by himself. They did a good job stabilizing capitalizing off Booney's aggression. I mean, Booney got 2 picks to Ryan. I mean, I'm not sure how Gremlins didn't win that, but, well, hopefully they learned a lesson. Maybe no more Doom. Maybe they're going to go back to May, or I guess keep the junk, or try the junk, should I say.
Yeah.
But,
and no kidding, with a map like Lijiang, if you win Brawl versus Brawl, the ultimate advantage from holding point like that and winning the previous fight sometimes is just too much to overcome. Even if, for example, Booney killed 2 off the start, but yet still, the Slams were able to pull it back, wipe them out, even being a 4v6. Unfortunately, they could not win that fight. But now here we go, both teams once again playing Brawl, forcing White Room. But the Gremlins taking an early White Room might prove to be very helpful for them. Slams are rotating to point, each team just putting as much damage out as they can. Baptiste healing them up, every ultimate going up quickly, but nothing really happening yet. Grinds are swinging, and it...
something's gonna happen sooner or later.
Yeah, something's gotta happen here. Both teams just playing slow, sustaining with their Baps, Lucios, and Briggs. A large window potentially from Traincy coming out in our first ult, but no. Slams are getting opening picks. Cobalt once again getting an opening pick onto Big Dog. Corey taking out Razmataz and the Brig taking out the Reinhardt. It looks like the Slams are once again going to take first point. This Junkrat pick is proving to be very viable for them, and it might just be what they need to finish off this first map on Lijiang with an early start.
It was such a weird fight. I think the Gremlins had a great position. They're taking White early with Lucio speed, but they just didn't do anything with the positioning, and the Slams forced the lamp out of them, and they lost the fight eventually. And now, what would the big
And now,
fight?
as we can see, the Slams have ult advantage once again from winning the first fight, and they're popping window or wall, they're popping grab, they're popping tire, and Cobalt with a massive 3k to start out the fight. The ult advantage once again just proving too much for the Gremlins as they jump off the map to reset. As the Slams tick up their percentage to 50% now, things are looking a little bit more grim for the Gremlins. They might be able to pull it back though, as Booney is coming up on his ult. Same with the Razmataz and Train C, both support ults coming up. But Slams as well, having a support ult and a Reinhardt ult. This might be a close fight here. It's what the Gremlins need though if they want to pull this map out.
Arctic swaps to Pharaoh? I don't know about that. Oh, well, no, I spoke too soon. It was a great swap by
A large pick from Arctic, otherwise known as Trey, on the Pharah swap, presumably because they're on Junkrat Symmetra, but he's just peppering their backline as Pharah, rocket after rocket, slowly taking them down. 2 opening picks, and the rest of the team just falls by the wayside. Not much you can really do when you're just losing people just like that, and a large window helps them to finish the fight off. An interesting window coming out from Strudel there. His entire team is dead, but still he goes for it. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to work, but Corey with 2 opening picks, or closing picks, might be helpful for them coming back to point here.
And they're coming back to stall. I mean,
yeah. As the Slams are already back with that Symmetra TP, it might just prove too much.
Treebeard. Oh.
Treebeard going a little bit deep there is going to get melted by the Junkrat, but they did trade both Razmataz and Booney are going down for the Gremlins. You got to be careful here if you want to hold on. Ultimates coming out once again, Diva Bomb, wall. Nothing really happening, everybody's sustaining so far. But a lot of sloppiness happening right now on both teams, just ultimates coming out everywhere. Arctic with another pick, Marty with another pick, and the Gremlins look like they might be swapping this up to their point. Another pick from Arctic, a large barrage, a quick one too. Big Dog takes on Treebeard, and a grab out from the Slams in a desperation attempt to finish off the map quickly. Probably should have held on to that if I was the Slams, but I don't know.
Okay, well, I mean, okay, I need to warm up my brain after work because I'm trying to digest everything that's happening right now, and I'm just gonna let this play out. Sorry.
A lot of ultimates coming out from both teams. It is quite chaotic. As the tire comes in from Cobalt, could be another team wipe due to him, and Cobalt an opening pick on Traincy again. This Junkrat proving fatal. Another pick on Booney and Corey taking out Arctic. This might be the end of map 1. As they're just cleaning up point now, and Gremlins are probably going to lose here. Overtime ticking down, doesn't look like anybody's going to be able to touch. And there's your first map, going to the Slams.
On that tire that got Traincy, it was kind of interesting watching the Gremlins positioning. Everyone was backing the hell up off of there. But Traincy just, I guess maybe they were caught out of position somehow. They were the only one anywhere near point. Everyone else was gone from that tire, but that's just unfortunate for the Baptiste to be left stranded there on point. No one's looking to shoot the tires, group up with their Baptiste. They're just looking to live for themselves. And I mean, it's kind of what's happening on these fights. Everyone's just playing for themselves. Everyone's thinking that, hey, I've got an ultimate. We're down 3. let me try to make a play. I mean, let me use grab, let me use tire, let me use everything. And it's
a lot of
chaotic,
ultimates coming out from both teams once fights are practically over. You saw a grab used up by, I can't remember which team, but a grab at the end of a fight was used. A window was used. I think those are both on the Slam side, and they still were able to in the end. But both teams throwing a lot of ults. I think more so on the side of the Slams. And after winning that first point for the point for the first few fights, I think they just had too much of an ult economy. Came back once again. Their Junkrat Cobalt having massive value with the opening picks with his tire. Previous maps getting massive value as well, and he's just kind of putting his team on his back a little bit, like, hey guys, I got this. You can pop all your ults, but mine's going to get the most value. And after that, they were just able to clean up the fight. And despite the Pharah pick from Trey on the Gremlins, they were just not able to counter this Junkrat enough. And the Slams are able to take it with the classic Junkrat pick on Lijiang, just going to show how strong it is.
Yeah, it's a very strong pick. I mean, the Gremlins were looking like runaway favorites after the first map, but I think this chaotic fight, this chaotic build-up, in a sense, with the Junkrat pick, like you mentioned, from Cobalt, it's starting to thwart the Gremlins' plans a little bit. So we'll see what happens in the second map. We'll see if they come back.
And the next map we're going to be going to will be Numbani. So the Cobalt Junkrat probably not going to be played here. Would be quite the ambitious pick if he wants to keep playing. So it might work out very differently, especially if Trey wants to keep playing this Pharah. He might be able to get a lot of value on this map, as it is known to be a very good Pharah map. But I would assume both teams are probably swapping off of the Brawl, and we'll see. Looking like the Gremlins instantly going to that classic dive tanks with the Winston and Diva. And once again, yes, throwing Trey, Arctic, also known as, onto the Pharah Mercy. And this might prove very dangerous for the Slams if they don't have a good enough counter for the Pharah Mercy, as he did put in a lot of work last map.
I mean, I'm going to wait for the Slams to pick, but I'm pretty sure Cobalt's going to stick on the Hanzo. That's his favorite hero. Lots of high ground for him to utilize as well with the Hanzo pick. Hey, give me a second. I'm going to let the Slams pick before I say anything. Okay. Double bubble, Ana, Brig. Oh, Tracer, Soldier. Okay. Well, take it all back. I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure I'm thinking that Pharah Mercy's gonna have a ton of value for the Gremlins. There's no hard counter for it. Soldier's all right, but you know, with a Mercy pocket, I mean, there's only so much you can do as a soldier against a Pharah
Lots
Mercy.
of damage to force her out, but not a lot of pick potential onto her. It's just a matter of if they can follow up before she gets enough value here. And it looks like they're gonna be pushing top, the Slams that is, to start out. And Arctic getting early value on the Pharah, as they're just stuffing the Slams into this top room here, not really able to push out despite being on Zarya. There's too much damage being spammed down from Pharah. If I were them, you might want to see them try to go main and jump up top, or go backside or something, but just going up there might not work out for them. And Cobalt's on the flank, actually. This could be what they need.
He's just waiting below, waiting for maybe someone to drop off after a dive, but I mean, can the Slams even get out of that little room to begin with? I think they're still trying to go through there.
Yeah, they're not even rotating main to help out their Tracer here, but... Oh, looks like they're rotating out the back. Arctic with a large boop on Corey on the Soldier. Legs going off the map. That is not what you want to see if you are the Slams. 2 early picks have already taken 1 minute and 15 seconds off this clock. At least 1 minute 30 by the time they group up again. And ults not even really coming in for either team, getting close, but a couple on both sides, and it's looking like a lot of time just taken down, trying to figure out how to dive this.
Yeah, both teams have nano. I'm looking for the Slams to go really aggressive here. I mean, they might as well try to force something else, especially the barrage, but they're going underneath, bottom right against the barrage.
Probably going to prove fatal as they nano barrage, and a massive nano barrage from Arctic. Taking out 3 to start. Zarya going down next. Big Dog and Booney finishing him off. But once again, they just have they have the start, they have the first fight wins, and they have the ult advantage. And this Pharah pick proving very difficult to counter. To be fair, it is Nano Barrage, which is a very powerful and potent combo. But you gotta be mindful of that, and maybe the play is to just go main and just dive on their backline, because stuffing yourself in these tiny rooms, whether it's top or bottom, is proving very deadly for them. As this Pharah is just able to put out raw damage into them.
Exactly, and they don't have a Diva either to help like get out of this like tiny area. They only have a Zarya bubble. It only lasts so long, so
especially against something like a Nano Barrage. It looks like Slam's finally pushing in, forcing point a little bit here. Tanks diving the point, but Big Dog gets an early pulse bomb onto their brigade. Treebeard trading, and Cobalt also getting a pick for the Slams. It's even 4-4 right now. Trey with a large pick onto Corey once again. And Potatoes just getting juggled in the back by a Winston. Not able to utilize the Graviton as he goes down to Booney.
Oh.
Huge plays here coming out. And it looks like the Gremlins are going to be able to hold on once again, despite having an opening pick.
Booney just 1v2'd on a Zarya in a close room.
No kidding.
Can't believe it, but... Well, okay, now it looks like the Slams are swapping off the Monkey for a Sigma. They still have the grab. They have both DPS ults. I mean...
They still gotta be really careful. I don't think Sigma is the play here. They know they have Barrage coming in. They know they just use Nano, though. Or excuse me, they know they have Nano coming up as well, and they might just face the same issue here if they're gonna swap off Monkey onto an even more stationary tank that can't really counter it.
Yeah.
Granted, they've Grasp, but that's about it. It's gonna be difficult for them to overcome this. That is true.
If you throw the shield in front of the Pharaoh, she kills herself.
That is true. I mean, if you're not dead by then and the shield's not gone, Nano Barrage, just large amounts of damage. Cobalt on the flank, and Arctic with a massive barrage doesn't even need the Nano. Despite a large grab from Potatoes coming out, they just get wiped once again. These Pharah plays proving too deadly, and Corey once again going down at last. And it looks like Anna's getting staggered by Booney, bullying their backline over and over again. Oh no! And a solo Diva Bomb onto Strudel. Poor guy's getting bullied by the tanks over here. First getting played with by Booney like he's a piece of broccoli. And then the solo Diva Bomb from Marty. That's just got to boom their mental after not getting even a tick. And it looks like this is probably going to be a map win from the Gremlins, but it is still potentially drawable if the Slams can hold on to this first point defense.
Wait, like a piece of what again?
Like a piece of broccoli, man.
You play with broccoli?
Yeah, you play with your food if you don't want to eat it. Nobody likes broccoli. And if you say you do, you're just lying to yourself. What, you never played with your food?
I'm eating broccoli right now, man.
All right. Well, what food would you have described it as then, huh?
Okay. Listen, I love food. I don't know. Well, I don't like carrots.
Regardless, Booney was playing with him like it was his food. Maybe not broccoli, as there's some controversy among the casters here, but still making those large plays and still bullying their backline from the tank line. That
is true. Yeah, I think. Arctic, oh my god. I mean, I'm not sure about the Slams' choices of going right side every single time. I don't think they only went main once, I think, or not at all.
Yeah.
Swapped to Sigma.
That final fight, they jumped up main, but despite only having 4 minutes, they really only made one solid push. That Pharah Mercy, like predicted, just proving fatal. They should have recognized that sooner, maybe swapped onto a Diva or something, but hindsight is 20/20. You can't really blame them. Also, not to be understated, Trey did make large plays. It's not like it's the Slams necessarily playing badly, rather than Arctic over here on the Pharah Mercy once again, looking for another team wipe, flanking. Oh, an opening pick already onto the Moira. This Pharah just uncontested, doing so much work, taking out the Sigma next, and just one by one they're falling down to this Pharah Mercy here.
I love
going
that
down next.
Oh my, that was a beautiful pincer attack by the Gremlins. I mean...
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that. I mean, the tank's coming from main. You got your main damage dealer in Pharah Mercy in the outside, waiting for the tanks to go in. I mean, that's his textbook, man. And that's it.
For sure. They got through that initial choke by sending their Pharah Mercy out behind, and it was just a matter of time before Trey once again wipes the team, or at least gets opening picks on half of them. And it's just an easy cleanup from there for the Gremlins. Series is now tied 1-1, Slams, Gremlins.
See, this is the type of teamwork. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. My bad.
No, I was just gonna say we'll see what the Slams choose for the next map, as they probably don't want to face that Pharah Mercy again. Maybe, but pretty much all payload maps are gonna be playable if they want to force that. But we'll see.
Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say now. Hold on. Oh yeah, teamwork. All right. Yeah, I mean, this type of teamwork we saw in the first map in Lijiang from the Gremlins. Yeah, it was the Gremlins. Yeah, I can't remember the team names, but Gremlins look like a more solid team. I mean, as long as they're not swept up by the chaos of whatever happens in these long fights where everyone uses their ults, but I feel like the Gremlins, I think this Fair Mercy dive is really strong for them, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Maybe Slams use go to another map, but yeah.
Yeah, it might just also be a comp difference too, as we saw the Slams winning on the Brawl versus Brawl on Lijiang, and then the Gremlins just absolutely devastating in the dive versus dive on Numbani. And it looks like we're going to be going to Rialto next, which can really be played on either, but I think a slight...
Ready for battle.
Oh, wait, I thought it was me. Wags, are you there? I can kind of hear you.
My audio just stopped working. I'm not sure if I cut off there, but I don't know. Something odd just happened. My USB devices all just simultaneously disconnected as my sound started coming out of my monitors instead of my headset. So not sure if I got cut off mid-thought there, but looking like we're going to be coming out on the dive from the Gremlins and the Brawl from the Slams. Both teams playing to their strengths. We'll see which one comes out on top here as the map is starting with the Gremlins on offense first. Once again on this Fair Mercy. As it proved quite fatal before. There's no reason why they can't force it down here. And Corey getting an initial pick on a Booney somehow. Must have been in the backline, didn't really notice, but that could prove very fatal for the Gremlins here for a while. Large opening pick down to just one tank.
That's a big pick, but I mean, knowing Ball, he'll be back soon enough as long as the Grim. Oh, what a shot by Cobalt! My goodness.
And the Slams DPS just killing everybody before the fight even starts. Treebeard hasn't even gotten a chance to swing yet, sitting under 20% ult charge. DPS just deadlifting this team, killing everybody. And that might just be a first point. Booney on the payload to stall, trying to get his team a little bit more time. He's going to go down too, as this Hanzo McCree DPS is just too much to handle.
Wow, I mean, I just get cut off mid-sentence every time when I'm trying to say something about the Slams. I mean, Jesus, Cobalt, that was some nice shot. Trey was getting a little aggressive there with the Fair Mercy, but Cobalt with just some nice shots too. Corey with a big pick on Booney, like we mentioned in the first start. So it looks like Booney swapping off the ball now for Ryan, more, I guess, traditional. I guess I don't know how to say it. More to his playstyle, I'd say. Just staying with the team, sticking more like sticking together in a sense, and Trey just peppering them from the back line. Yeah, we're gonna see what happens this fight.
Yeah, might just be able to stay alive long enough and force the Brawl a little bit more. Let his Pheromosi do a little bit more spam damage, and at least something is working. Not sure exactly what. Booney hitting Cobalt off the map with his hammer, not something you see every day, and then charging down Treebeard. A little bit of a Rhine dominance there. But Arctic already up with a barrage. This fight could prove quite fatal, as we have seen in the past. Taking a very large off angle here. Might be kind of difficult for the Slams to cross this bridge, especially without a speed boost. These Pharah spams and the McCree picks might just be too much damage.
That's a beautiful off angle created by Trey there. I mean, look at the shield placement by Treebeard, having to place it that way. I mean, I feel like the Gremlins may take advantage to play this a little bit closer, but they're giving them space. They have Grab Dragons. We're gonna see if it comes to play here or not.
Gremlins probably should have forced that bridge a little bit more, but hindsight's 20/20 as Trey comes in with the barrage, stuffing them in a back alley, takes out two, Booney finishing off a third. But Cobalt and Corey both getting a pick to come back, but a little bit too late as Marty takes out another from the Slams, and it looks like they're gonna have to regroup if they want to come back over this bridge.
Yeah, I mean, it's again going to like tight little corridor with no more lamp and with no defense matrix against a barrage. I mean, we've seen this happen before in the previous map. We see some more, and it's a big play by Trey. But now Cobalt with a nice little flank. But they still have Grab Dragons. They have 6 ultimates here, Slams. I expect them to use something here to win the fight. So let's see it happen.
So the Graviton play could prove quite deadly for them. Trey just keeps on peppering the backline with these rockets. Everybody's forced to just turn around using bubbles, using packs, using everything. And Big Dog is able to get a pick on the front line because everybody's swinging around. Corey dead, and now they're popping high noon from the top. Everybody's in a bad position, all anti, but a big Baptiste field might just save their lives. Rally coming out from the Slams as well, as they have a lot of ults coming up. But no, too late. The Gremlins popping ultimates, charging in. High noon getting a pick, Booney getting a pick, and Strudel jumping off to finish off. And the Slams, or the Gremlins, holding on once again. This point, this high ground just proving too deadly, especially with this Pheromercy spam. it's going to be quite difficult if the Slams are going to still want to push past it. I think right here you might want to swap up after you use this Graviton for a Diva or maybe for a Lucio or something. But this spam over this bridge is taking out all of their cooldowns, their Zarya bubbles, their Berg packs. It's just they have pretty much nothing once they get to the fight.
Having 6 people focus on a fair Mercy on the off angle just lets Booney do stuff like this. I mean, he's in, he doesn't care. Poor Pushy.
Lamp temporarily saving his Brigitte's life, but eventually she does go down. And a large slam from Booney, taking down just about 4. Everybody's low survives, but over time getting taken out by Marty and Big Dog. Look like they're going to hold on once again. Slams are getting quite a few picks here, but once again, just not enough.
What they're doing overall is just not enough. They need to just use this Grab Dragons right now to swap off.
When you're playing,
they've had this for at least 3.5 minutes now. It's just throw it out. Don't get eaten, of course, but just use it.
Playing quite a slow comp and a comp that lacks the ability to force down this Fair Mercy. They're just playing the Gremlins just playing every angle possible. But a large grab coming out from Potatoes and a large dragon sending through the middle of it takes out 3 to start. Mech going down next. Pretty much everybody's falling. Just the Fair Mercy left alive will be taken out soon after. A large grab dragon. And that'll be 2nd point cap for the Slams after a little bit of struggle. And this might be a little bit more interesting now. This is classically a very good map for Brawl here, as there isn't really much high ground you can abuse. Fair, not terrible overall because there's a lot of verticality, but the tanks won't be able to abuse high ground as much here.
You hit it right on. I mean, Treebeard should be taking a lot more. Yeah, he's been given a lot more space here. Big window for Treebeard too. I mean, oh, they got to pick his back line. And here they go.
He 1 for 1 in the back line, but Corey taking out 3. Corey headshotting everybody. 3 down from him, but the Gremlins also taking out a couple. Main tank still alive for the Gremlins. It might just be too difficult for them to push past. And it looks like the Slams are going to be able to finish it off actually. Taking on Booty next, chasing the stragglers, trying to get another pick so they can finish this off here. But looks like they're gonna group up and get at least 5, maybe 6 in a final fight here.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the ults for both teams. Slams have the ult advantage here. I mean, they should be looking to press the attack and use some ults to win quickly.
Especially with this Nano, I mean, they no longer have the Fair as they swap to the Hanzo, but Nano and Ryan, massive plays here, and Booty with a massive 6-man slam. Big fire strike, big swings, big everything, and Booney just putting his team on his back. Putting up 1,000 damage pretty much in just a matter of seconds, putting everybody to the ground, and just like that, you have a main tank difference. Another team fight win for the Gremlins. Only investing a Nano too, and then a Shatter that was pretty much half built back up. You got to be careful though if you're the Gremlins here, because you do have to realize that the Slams do have that Grab Dragon combo coming back once again, which will prove quite deadly if they can just kill that Lamp.
And I like how aggressive they're playing too, forcing out early, and yeah, here it is.
Trying to catch out that Ryan first early, but they still weren't able to finish him off. And a large bomb from Marty. Gremlins taking out a couple, but Corey in the back, taking out 2 more with Deadeye. And Marty with a remake onto Corey. Each team has star players every fight, going back and forth, taking out 3 by themselves. But this time it'll just prove to be too much from the Gremlins, as Marty takes out 2 with bomb at the start, and then squashes Corey like a little bug with his remake.
Yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, I like the fact that Booney was playing up there. I mean, he basically sold grab all on his own. There's no value coming from the grab there. And Dragons weren't even used because Cole probably realized it was just the Ryan. And now, I mean...
Just a matter of holding on for the Gremlins here as they do take out both of the supports of the Slams, but Slams coming back with 2 picks of their own. Corey once again headshotting, finishing off someone. But Booney with another slam! Just every fight taking this team to Reinhardtville or whatever, I don't know, just killing everybody.
The no look around the corner, praise to God, just shoots a Shatter for the hell of it and it gets 3. I love this, man. Booney's styling on them right now. Holy crap.
Too good at this hero. Especially in this Brawl versus Brawl, you're seeing no longer is it the Slams absolutely dominated. Granted, they did get it to 3rd point. We'll see if the Gremlins are able to do the same, but on this Reinhardt v Reinhardt, it seems as though Booney is getting a lot of value. And it might just be too much. not getting that third point is just a pretty big jump in significance if they capped it. Because now the other team gets all the way. They don't have to cap it and go over to overtime or second points. They only have to get to the third point and win one fight.
Exactly. First and second point, we saw Trey was absolutely dominating on the fair mercy, or with the mercy. So, I mean, things are looking up for the Gremlins. I think that for the Slams, the biggest thing they just have to do is just play high ground and focus fair mercy. They need to have more than just Corey and focusing fair mercy. A diva would be great, but obviously I don't think they have a diva player, so they're going to stick with Zarya. That's fine.
Unfortunately, yeah. They don't really have much of a... They don't really have a boost to go on the rest of the team while Fair Mercy's behind, and they don't really have a diva to chase down that Fair Mercy. So they're just kind of stuck standing there for a while the Fair Mercy does all the damage from one angle, and Booney and the rest of his team are able to just kind of hold on and do damage from another. It takes a lot of resources out of the Slams before the fight even starts.
Exactly.
But it's looking like they are going to match the brawl once again. Of course, putting Trey onto the Pharah as it's proving so deadly. Probably going to be taking an off angle here from Mega, but we'll see. Gremlins slowly pushing cart, biding their time, probably waiting for Trey to get set up on the flank, putting damage into the tanks, but...
Oh, pushing carry. Oh my god. Okay, that's a little aggressive there from Pusheen there, but... Oh, and Lamb forced out early.
Beating each other on the side, and Big Dog will establish dominance over Corey after getting dominated himself first round, but large opening pick from the Gremlins. We'll see how it pays off, but Marty... Or sorry, from the Sems, but Marty getting a pick for the Gremlins. Even fight 5v5. They lost their main tank on Treebeard on Reinhardt, so this might prove to be kind of difficult. Gremlins pushing up, keeping Bunny alive, taking all the space in the world, has already taken the fight to second point. Nobody's even on payload.
Let's keep it going.
And it looks like they already got that window up, which should probably make it quite difficult for the Slams to contest this again if they're going to try. But after losing Corey, they might just want to back out. And there's the window. Lots of damage being pumped out. Slams just trying to hold on while they can, probably waiting that window out. Once again, they're going to lose their Ana, and just slowly and steadily a pick's coming out from both teams.
Oh wait, I think they can turn around here.
Cobalt and Corey making large plays on the DPS, killing just about everybody, coming back, potentially holding on to this point here. And they do.
Corey and Cobalt are just so good at clutching it out for their team every single time. And even if they don't clutch it out, it's at least 2-3 closing picks where their team can come back for the next fight with either an advantage or even playing ground. I mean,
I think that's kind of the difference in these two teams, is that the Slams here, once they get into the thick of it, their DPS just doing so much damage, getting so many picks. But if you're the Gremlins, you just play a little bit slower, kite a little bit, and the Pharah just gets value before the Slams can even do anything about it. Corey getting a large stagger on the Page here. Also catching the Pharah out on Mega then might be able to get taken out too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the Gremlins ults here. Yeah, they're gonna come out with 5 ults here. Barrage is always key for their victories, so I'm gonna see how they do it this time. I feel like Corey and Cobalt are marking Trey very, very well on this fair right now, so it might be more difficult for him to get a barrage off.
No kidding. With only window invested last fight, they're going to start out popping ults early, trying to control the tempo, and a large bomb kills one, a Slam gets another down, and Big Dog finishing off the kill with the high noon. And it looks like they're just going to take point one just like that, popping that Q button. Cobalt going to still try to hold on, but gets solo barrage by Arctic. Arctic still trying to hold on. They're popping ultimates. It might just be doable. Arctic getting a pick, Marty getting a pick, Page getting a res here. And it is one after all, despite the DPS's best efforts on these Slams here, getting a couple picks.
Yeah, I mean, it took the Gremlins all their ults, but I mean, at this point, you're attacking, you just need 2.5 points, so win the fight. Whatever it takes, just win the fight.
Especially with a time bank such as this, and then the additional time added after your second point. If popping every ult works for you, it's only a matter of time before you get to about the 3rd point and win the game. Although, the second one thing goes wrong and you waste an ultimate, stacking all those ultimates could just be very potentially deadly.
And look at this position. Gremlins got a high ground way before the Slams did. I mean, the Slams are just so split right now. I don't
Slams definitely have to be more aggressive taking that high ground there if they want to defend this here. But they're just putting their Reinhardt on point here. Boney dropping down. But Treebird going to be caught in the back line, taken out early by Marty from the Gremlins. And Trey just still continually doing damage. Slowly and steadily getting that barrage back up. Already 70% to his next one after using the last one at the end of the previous fight. Corey with a massive pick once again. McCree on McCree action. Just taking him out the window. This Corey aim is just coming in. There's a reason why he's such a high SR player. I mean, he's a smart player. He also just has this raw talent. Clicking heads, barely missing shots. So many headshot kills if you're watching kill feed, as the Slams are able to finish this off. Their DPS, just about every kill is a headshot.
Sorry, as you were talking about his aim, I kind of saw him miss 6 shots.
Hey, see, the exception, not the rule, as it goes.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, Slams, great job by Corey.
And that is something you got to be careful with. Is players like McCree can be so inconsistent at times. If you don't hit the shot, it might just be over. Versus a hero like Pharaoh, while you do have to hit the shots, does have that splash damage, a little bit more forgiving. A little bit of a trade-off. But here, 2 opening picks coming down from the Gremlins. More ultimates coming out. Oh, but the Slams with the large grab and the follow-up from his team. But no, Marty getting another 2-man bomb and Trey finishing it off. Once again, each team pressing Q, but the Gremlins coming out on top. And a massive slam from Treebird. But only is able to take out Arctic as they get back up and finish him off. Just too low on HP to do anything about it. Potentially a wasted slam there, but we'll see.
Yeah, if you got Baby Diva there, that would have been epic, but...
Oh, for sure. And the Slams might just struggle a little bit here without their main tank, but looks like they're taking good off angles, forcing Booney to play back a little bit. Booney with a massive fire strike through window, taking out an honor. Really? Booney with another massive slam, kills 2 and then slams the other 4. Big Dog able to follow up on it. Arctic following up as well, and that's just going to be another point gone. Once again, Booney just putting his team on his back, saying, I got this, and then killing and slamming everybody.
I guess you could say the Lumberjackslams just got slammed. I'm sorry.
For sure. They did get slammed. They got a Reinhardt slammed. And Marty getting another pick onto the McCree is going to keep the tempo up, as well as this window. Forcing the Slams back into their spawn a little bit. Gremlins trying to hold as much space as they can, and Trey with a massive pick, gonna turn this game into one-fight territory. Gremlins still just holding the space, letting that car push up as it's nearing the final corner. And ultimate starting to be popped out from the Slams here, and a massive sleep dart coming out, taking Trey out. But Booty, once again, Reinhardt differential charging down Treebeard, and a massive slam potentially in a second here, and it is! Both DPS coming down once again, able to finish off Corey. Big Dog, another high noon following up on a slam. Great ult combos coming out from the Gremlins here. Looks like they have the advantage. Booney holding shield, making sure his team stays alive as they just finish off these kills. Marty, another pick, and it's looking like the end, and it is. Gremlins once again taking a map. Booney absolutely demolishing on this Reinhardt pick, and Trey putting out that constant damage on the Pharaoh Mercy, just proving to be too much. You also can't overlook Marty's Diva plays, but map 2, or yeah, going to the Gremlins.
Yeah, Gremlins played really well there. I mean, it was very back and forth again, which we all love to see. Bunch of ults being used and just a bunch of players just coming through. I mean, Trey's been playing well. Corey and Cobalt have been playing well for Slams. Booney's always been playing well as well. So, I mean, it's great. I was about to say football. It's a great Overwatch game we're getting here. So, yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I don't know who's going to win this, honestly. I think the Gremlins are playing well, but the Slams obviously have a... If Corey and Cobalt are just warming up right there, or they've been warming up, and if they're hitting their stride right now, I mean, anything could happen in the next 2 maps. I mean, yeah. Yeah,
if I were the Slams, I think you just got to kind of focus on helping your Reinhardt out there, taking a lot of spam from the Gremlins, just kind of letting Booney do a lot of what he's doing. And as long as you can try to shut down Booney a little bit, you give your DPS a little bit more time and space to work with, and considering the shots they're hitting, the kills they're getting, it might just be doable. If they're able to make that space, the longer these fights go on, giving the advantage to Trey as well. But these DPS, this Hanzo and McCree coming out from the Slams, and just proving to do a lot of work for them. But seems like the tanks as well as Trey on the Gremlins just doing so much. Also, can't underestimate or undervalue the Mercy pick coming in with Trey, as well as the support to keep Booney up, as his Mercy is pretty much always split from him. Booney getting so many resources or so many less resources as potentially the Slams are on their front line, as they have a Brig versus a Mercy that's in the sky. But Booney's still able to make these fantastic plays. So if they're able to shut him down just a little bit more, it might be what they need to finish off this Brawl v Brawl if they continue to do so.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to know. Yeah, as we head into Nubis, I mean, I was gonna say it's interesting to know, like, especially during that last round of Realta, whatever. Slams were running a BAP on two big time healers, a Zarya for the Ryan. I mean, they have all these resources in place for Treebeard to be competitive against Booney, or at least to stay up and put up a fight. But I think Trey's value just cannot be understated enough. He off-angling that much is forcing Treebeard to look the other way instead of looking at Booney. I mean, Treebeard has these resources in place. I think he's just got to use them. Just take it to Booney. I'm not saying ignore Trey, but let Corey and Cobalt deal with Trey, right? They're your best DPS. They're very good at what they do. And they're doing a better job of shutting down Fair towards the end, so
a little
hopefully
bit
they can do that now.
A little bit difficult for them to do that without the speed boost, but we are going into our fourth map here and potentially final if the Gremlins are able to pull out their third map. But Trey, once again, just locking this Fair Mercy. If it isn't broken, don't fix it, and they're just going to keep doing what they're doing. But instead, Booney's going to be on the Monkey here, as it does favor dive a little bit more. Treebeard once again on the Reinhardt, so we might see that Brawl versus dive differential. And Arctic with 2 picks right off the bat, as the Slams try to go into the side room here. But Trey just getting so much value. And that'll be an early advantage for the Gremlins. Booney following up and finishing off a soldier.
What are you to do against the Fair Mercy that just goes uncontested in the sky? I mean,
yeah.
They got a Fair of their own. That's the answer. Okay.
A Fair of their own, trying to establish a little bit of dominance here. Cobalt definitely not to be underestimated. I'm not sure I've seen his Farah before, but he is quite a good and smart player, so you definitely want to watch out for that. The issue, though, they don't have the Farah Mercy, right? They're playing Lucio instead, which I do enjoy that Lucio pick. Lets Treebeard do a little bit more of his Reinhardt shenanigans, lets him get in there and actually start swinging. But it might prove to be a little bit difficult for Cobalt here, as he's essentially 1v2ing in every fight. And Cobalt taking the trade 2 shots in a row, but it might not be enough, as the Mercy might be able to res that. Treebeard getting in there with a speed boost, taking out Booney, and the Slams pushing in. Slams with another pick, Corey headshotting Raz. And now they just got to push point, try to finish it off here, as they are up quite a few picks. Window used from Strudel, and Treebeard taking out the Zarya. Like I've been saying, I do like this Lucio pick. Get that Treebeard in there, let him swing, and things might just work out for you.
I can't believe Cobalt 1-0. Fair v Pharaoh against the Pharaoh with the Mercy pocket. Oh my god, that was...
Hitting both of those shots were crucial, and unfortunately, it looks like Raz was not able to get the res onto Trey. Not sure if it was too deep or not sure. I didn't really see it, but it proved to be quite fatal when they lose Trey. That a lot of their damage. But Trey coming back with Nano Barrage takes out Lamp, takes pretty much everybody low. They might be able to finish them off here as they're committing, and Booney going in with the Monkey ult, taking down Treebeard, taking out Strudel, down 2 of their most important players.
Oh my god, look at these fearless juggles. Oh my god,
Booney
he's not letting them leave.
Just endlessly booping the Slams right back into the Gremlins, and they just can't leave that endless barrage from Big Dog and Trey and Marty. Not able to get out.
Not able to get out at all, but now Slams are coming back with the Grav Mail. That's two big combos right there. I mean, if they can just enter left side and go right into point, I mean, this could be
but
fight winning.
They got to be careful here, because Trey is already 70% to his next Pharaoh ult. A large Graviton coming out. Pulse Bomb thrown in, gets 2. The Gremlins once again just using their ultimates so efficiently, using pretty much 1 or 2 every fight, taking out a couple at the start and finishing everybody off. Versus the Nano Barrage, and it's the Grav Pulse, and just one fight after fight, they're just doing so much.
Yeah, I like the fact that the Gremlins are taking initiative. I mean, they're not waiting for the Slams to use their ults first. Get in left side, middle, wherever they want to go. I mean, you're just stopping them at choke. You're stopping them early. They're using ults. Yep. And they force Potatoes to use the ult, trying to like grab on that. They made him waste the grab, basically. I mean, Gremlins are doing a great job so far.
As long as the Slams are playing Reinhardt here, which gets a lot of value once they get in the team, the Gremlins are doing their best to start the fight before the Slams even want to. And once again, Nano Barrage taking out more of the opening picks again from Trey. that ult cycle just proving to be too much. They're just killing them before they can even get to the fight.
Yeah, and a Shatter invested by Treebeard, maybe swapping off here, and Corey with the oh.
A solo Blizzard on him already. Potentially swapping, might have just been for dominance, a little bit of BM there.
Oh man, it's not looking good for the Slams at all, but they're gonna keep using this. It was swapped off May for the agree. I like that trade. I like that change a lot, but
yeah. Hey, and the good news is they got Murdy's energy off by solo barrage or solo Blizzard. So it wasn't completely useless.
Yeah, exactly.
As the Slams are once again going to try to push the exact same side. I mean, Trey once again just getting an opening pick before they even getting close. Just copy paste every fight, same thing happening over and over. But Corey taking out Traincy here. Corey with another pick, another headshot kill onto Arctic. Corey hitting these so many dinks. Oh my god, Corey kills half the team by himself on the flank. Unfortunately, he does go down, and so does a couple people on his team, which means the Slams probably not going to be able to make anything out of this. Although if they do commit now, they might be up 1 or 2. But a large anti coming out, and the Slams all getting purpled. Just jumping in now, Booney going in with his ult, and Marty forcing down the Reinhardt. Once again, taking the fight to the Slams, despite Corey's attempts. Just too much spam, too much controlling of the pace of the game coming out from the Gremlins, and it's just it's stopping the Slams right in their tracks.
Dude, the presence of Booney in front of Slam's face, I mean, he just sits in front of them, puts a bubble down, they're like, nope, we're gonna back up. Corey gets 3 picks, but they're backed up so far in their own spawn. I mean, you just don't be scared of a monkey. I don't know what to tell the Slams right now.
Marty engaging past choke with the Graviton, catching just about everybody except the BAP. And a lot of value coming out. Trey coming in to try to follow up with his barrage. Goes down though as the beat is quite large from Lost Silver. Booney taking out Reinhardt, but Slams taking out about half of the enemy team there as they're forcing point now. This could potentially be fatal for the Gremlins here as the Slams are up quite a few. Trying to force Booney off point. And Arctic coming back though, getting a large pick on the Corey on the Doomfist. Slams once again getting another pick, but Gremlins with another. And you know how this Temple of Anubis can go. 1 or 2 picks, and that might just be enough to keep holding on. Potatoes getting a remake kill on the Train. Wouldn't want to see that if I were Train, but Booney still staying alive on point, just putting out raw damage, preventing them from taking even a tick. And it looks like the Slams are probably not going to be able to take this here. I might have spoken too soon though, as they did get a pick onto whoever that was. But they do lose their mech from their diva. Just lots of trades. It's a lot like Lijiang was before, each team going 1 for 1, which does heavily favor the Gremlins. You got to be extremely careful if you're the Slams here. But final fight's coming out, and they have nothing to do except just push point. Arctic with another large pick. Treebeard taking out Booney, main tank difference, as they're trying to push point. 5 seconds left. Doomfist in the backline, got to be careful about that. Could potentially cause trouble for the Slams. As Reinhardt's finally getting swinging on point, forcing the Gremlins back, and it's looking like it's getting a lot of value. Corey, once again, getting a bunch of picks, making so much value for his team, getting 2 pulse bombs, but Booney taking out half of the enemy team in a matter of seconds on the Winston. Train taking out the Hanzo on Ana. It looks like it's just cleanup, 1 or 2 left. And it looks like the Gremlins are going to full hold the second point here without even a tick going to the Slams.
Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, the fights are just going too long on, and 2 CP defense, I mean, we already know who's going to win that in due time, so it's a good opening picks by the Slams, but they're just not able to, like, keep pushing forward. I think focus fire is a little off there. They don't know who to focus on. People are just standing still, trying to survive instead of pushing when you're up 2 or 3. Yeah. It's just wasted opportunities for the Slams. They could have won that. It's many times over, but the Gremlins, great job at them holding on. Booty's surviving as long as he can. Ray just doing Doomfist things, and
yeah, despite Corey's best attempts at taking out, even at one point he got 3 opening picks, but some of his team died too. I think this map might have been a bit more difficult than they anticipated, with the fact that it's just so long on that second point. If you're going to be forcing brawl like you are, and how you've seen with the Gremlins being able to control the tempo of pretty much every fight, the second you lose somebody, it's such a long walk back for them. It's so difficult for them to get one full engage attack on the second point and stay alive while getting to point. Because as long as the Gremlins can take out 1 or 2 before they get their team in there with the Lucio Reinhardt and taking point, not much you can really do about it if you're the Slams, as they just come back in a matter of seconds. Especially as we saw that last fight. just throwing Trey off the Pharaoh if they really need to, putting him onto that Doomfist, comes back in a matter of seconds and can just one-shot pretty much your backline. Just like that.
Just like that.
You'll lose the fight.
Get this, the Slams are going double hit scan because they're anticipating Trey to go Pharaoh, but he's on the Genji. I mean, that's just... I think that's just going to be unlucky for the Slams. The Gremlins can get a fast dive off.
Yeah, now this might be... You can't underestimate the Slams here, especially forcing this brawl comp, because now it's on the Gremlins to take the fight to them. And they no longer have to push in with brawl. They can just kind of stand their ground and start swinging their hammer once they actually get in. And Potato's getting a large opening mech kill, but trading back and forth. And Arctic with the first kill. 2 of them actually killing Corey and the Lucio. Those are going to be massive if you're the Gremlins. And Trey still going deeper, putting out so much value into the backline. Booney helping him to follow up. Just a bunch of squishies on point. Each of them were low. Booney, Arctic just taking out pretty much everybody.
I mean, it's like, yeah, it's not looking good for the Slams now, is it? What did the Gremlins have? Nanoblade soon, Primal soon, Valk soon, Pulse soon. I mean, it's just...
Yeah,
you got quite a few ultimates coming out. I know.
Quite a few ults coming out from the attacking team. This is going to be their best shot here with this ult advantage, but even if they don't win it, they still have 5 minutes and 45 seconds in the time bank. This is going to be a long hold from the Slams if they want to hold on here and go to another map, take it as a draw, but looks like they're playing for Nano, steadying up, and they're getting ready to go in with that Nanoblade. Corey forcing out the flank from the Tracer, but here comes Nanoblade. Trey going in, getting an opening pick on 2 of them. Slashing and dashing, just taking out everybody. Half the team instantly gone just like that, as the rest of his team kills everybody else on point. Big Dog taking out another 2 picks, and it's just one of them left. Potato's trying to hold on as best she can. He can, not sure. And that'll be the 3rd and final map going to the Gremlins, and that'll be a victory for the Gremlins here, 3 maps to 1.
Yeah, Gremlins has played. Yeah, they just played well after losing Li Jiang. I mean, they just are like, wow, we lost. We don't want to lose. We're gonna win out now. I don't know. I think overall it was a good game. I think Slams had some positives in their side. Of course, Corey and Cobalt played really well, but I think overall as a team, if they just play more together, I think they're going to be fine for playoffs.
Slams are also down Crazy Flames, a very high SR player at like well into GM top 500. So that could have proven quite difficult for them, forcing them onto comps maybe they weren't quite so comfortable with, as they were forcing brawl just about everywhere that they could, which might have proven to be their downfall, as Trey was just so deadly on that Pharaoh Mercy they just couldn't really do much about it. But in the end, it's just the Gremlins' fantastic play coming out. You can't understate that. Everybody on the team doing a fantastic job. And the Slams, despite their best efforts, weren't quite able to deal with the fast-paced tempo and the team fight initiations of the Gremlins. And you saw how that turned out. Quick and decisive victories for the Gremlins. And once the Slams get in, it's only a matter of time before Trey does enough damage in the back line, or Booney takes out one in the front line, or Big Dog does somebody on the flank, and one by one they start falling.
Exactly. Oh yeah, so all right, so Wags, we can't really interview someone because they're not here, but if you would give a player in a match, who would you give it to?
I think I think there's really 2 obvious contestants, obviously. Booney and Arctic here, both doing fantastic things. Arctic, well, getting so many opening picks and that nano barrage value pretty much every map cannot be understated. But to be fair, he did have a lot of help with those nanos from his Ana, and he did have a pocket, whereas Booney more so just playing the classic Orion and Winston, getting just as much value as Trey. I think you just kind of have, I don't know, it's really up in the air between them here. Both players just getting massive team kills at different points during the maps with those 5-man nano barrages and those 6-man slams. You can't really compete with them. Who do you think?
Oh man, living up to me. It's a toss up, but I think we do got to choose somebody. Oh my god. You know what? I will give it to Trey, and just based off the fact that the amount of value he had on Fair Mercy, 6 people looking at a Fair Mercy crossing bridge on Rialto, Booney and the rest of the squad are just looking at them, looking at Trey, but not looking at them, looking at them. You know what I mean? It's just the amount of value Trey had today was
Even if he's
something
not
like,
getting that, yeah,
yeah.
even if he's not like getting that 5-man nano barrage or whatever, he's still just doing so much by being in the back line, being on side flanks, putting out raw damage, forcing the slams to kind of get split a little bit or not be able to push in, and just it proved to be too much. So I guess we're both in agreement then. The MVP would have to go to Trey here, with Booney probably coming in a close second, as you would probably agree.
Yeah, Booney's good, but it's not that good. I remember. Yeah, wait. Actually, I forgot he was here with us. Oh fuck. Sorry. Never mind. Yeah, I give it to Trey, dude. Trey just played really well. Yeah, I forgot. I thought it was just me and Wags for a hot second because the stream went down, or Discord stream. Yeah, Booney's great. Trey's great. Trey was a little greater this game. Hats off to Trey.
All right.
Yeah, I thought you left for some reason. Oh my god, you're the product. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Yeah. Oh sure. Go ahead, Wax.
All right, I'll be doing the outro for my opening game as caster. Thank you for coming out, everybody, to watch this fantastic game. Obviously, it was a rerun, so not a little bit more scuffed than usual, but fantastic game coming out from both teams. Gremlins taking the dub in the end, and I'm not exactly sure when the next match is, as I am very new to casting and the production. But be sure to catch the Gopherwatch League in the future, and good games, everybody.
Bye.